Hey guys. So I wanted to make a short video just because I mean I'm sure you've all heard about what happened in terms of Mr. Iwata. Um, we lost a Titan this weekend, over the weekend, and I feel that it needs to be addressed because I'm seeing a lot of tweets kind of bashing Nintendo and stuff like that, and bashing the man who was a part of something pretty great. You can say what you want about Nintendo, I certainly have, but I feel like you don't get to the position that they got in without trying new things, without taking some risks. And I've certainly said my fair share about the Wii U, but it's a risk that they took. So, look, Mr. Iwata was a part of something that I've enjoyed since I can remember, before I could remember, before I was even born. So if I'm gonna pay my respect, I gotta do it right, and say that to all the detractors and stuff like that who are talking shit right now. Let's focus on his life rather than the mistakes of the company that he ran, because what he brought to us is worth more than a few trips along the way. All right, like I said, I've said what I've said what I felt, and I don't take back a single word. But if there's one thing that you cannot take from this man's cap or this company's cap, is that they make games and that they know how to sell them. They make games for us. They make games for gamers, and I feel as though it's you gotta remember that these guys have been making games for longer than some of us have been alive. So it's one of those things, and they're not perfect. Nobody is, but you got to remember that this is a guy who cut his own salary in half when Nintendo was bleeding money left and right. You got to remember that before he was a CEO, he was a programmer. You have to remember that. This guy, no matter what you say about him, he was a gamer, and he took time to address us, and I feel like one of the faces of Nintendo, Satoru Iwata is. We'll have to remember the positives and stuff like that. Death is never a fun thing, and I have no connections to this man, personally or otherwise. But like I said, he was a part of something that I've enjoyed for a long time, which is video games. And chances are, even if you're not a Nintendo fan, chances are you've either seen a Mario game being played, you've played it with your friends or something like that, or even if you've never played a Nintendo game, you've played a video game that was created by people who were inspired by what this man and what this company did. And that's something that should be recognized. They did a lot for gaming, and he was a part of that. And for that, you can't really take that away from them. So, my condolences to everyone that was close to him, his family, especially all the fans and stuff like that too. But yeah. And the reason that I'm smiling is because I'm kind of bummed out, but at the same time, I wouldn't be making these videos about video games and stuff like that. I wouldn't be playing video games without the stuff that this guy has brought to the industry. And even up till recently, in the last couple of years, it's been nice to see Nintendo turning around and actually turning a profit and being successful in the product that they're selling. Amiibos, the games that they make and stuff like that. They're on the rise. They're on a comeback, and regardless of what they do with Codename NX, I think that they won't lose that focus. In terms of video games. So to you, Mr. Iwata, I say thank you. Like I said, you helped provide a lot of inspiration to other people who make games that I enjoy. So thank you, and rest well.